the hallway, you stood on one side of Glam, on the what it was the left side. You was on you was on
Oh,
the
and it
left
was
side
decent
behind
because she's
Glam.
standing there too.
She came right direct. She stood on the next side of you. She stood on the side of you, shoulder to shoulder, after you done told her don't be around you.
I'm
And
trying to
she
keep
leaned
peace because I want to knock her out.
and she leaned over Glam. And Glam had her phone, Glam had her head down doing something. So I don't even think she really knew who was behind her till she
No, she
felt like,
knew. She was trying to ignore her.
no, I'm saying when she went behind Glam wasn't saying nothing until she like felt her hair being pulled or felt her like reach her hand like behind her, right? I told Glam, I said, Glam, I'm gonna give it a benefit of the doubt and said she accidentally did it. Glam said, nah,
Yeah,
she
because
meant
she
to do
took her
it.
hands and put on the seat.
Right.
So
On
maybe
the
she
seat.
accidentally
And that's why I said, Glam, well,
touched her
maybe she
hair.
accidentally did it. But the
But
thing
what
was,
she do it
if
for?
the girl told you to stay from around her and her husband, why would you get directly behind her? And then not only that, while Glam on the way to the pajama party, she get a message about the touch had done been to her husband door.
Yeah, he told me about it right before I came down. I was standing at my door. Their door was across from ours, and he said, "Am I going crazy?" I said, "What you mean, bro? What you mean?" He was like, "She was just standing right here knocking on the door, talking about, Duffy, can I talk to you?" I said, "Shut your ass up. Are you serious?" He was like, "Yeah."
And that's probably how she ended up at my door right after. Before we got there.
And then if he would have, then just imagine, like, she the type of person you can't even help. Because if you help her and in the midst of falling, she gonna say you pushed her down. So that's why I was trying to stay clear away. Like, I didn't want you nowhere around me.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Like I said, I have made it my business. I talk to y'all. I'll say, certain things to you guys or whatever. Because I know you guys know you were there. You know what I mean? I have a better understanding. But as far as going in her life or hold another conversation with her, I did it that first day and I was done the first day. Hell, I barely could fucking breathe sitting up there arguing with her. I said, you know what? I'm not finna do this shit. I'm not gonna.
And let me tell you.
I don't know. I don't know why people even argue with. That's a waste of time when the woman, like I say, she see everything through a one-sided view. So she's never going to admit that she was wrong in the whole situation. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody ain't acknowledging her feelings. But what about the other person's feelings? Right. So I'm supposed to put my feelings on the back burner and put your feelings on a pedestal?
Yeah.
Y'all can tell she's still dealing with that little girl in her, because guess what? She always says she grown, but then she'll say somebody treat her like a child and try to make her feel like she a little girl. She's still dealing with that little girl in her.
Because guess what? She feels like the little girl.
That's what I'm saying. She's still dealing with that little girl in her.
Because she got little girl mentality.
Yeah.
Right. Because guess what? Because for one, she'll say, I thank Miss Nitra for doing what she did, but then in the other hand, she'll come and say, well, she didn't have to talk to me like that. Miss Nitra played the recording. How did she talk to you?
Oh my God.
She didn't talk to you like nothing. So now you want an apology for that, but then you getting on here saying, oh, she lying. But then you contacting on the back end.
Oh, did you hear last night a live that she had around 2:00 in the morning?
Yeah,
and we was all on the live, and she said Nitra asked me to take accountability.
I have it.
I said, what is wrong with her?
They say she blocked. She told Cookie. I heard it this morning that she
blocked
told
for life.
Evelyn that she was blocked forever.
Blocked for life.
No, she said forever. You are blocked forever. I heard it this morning. I hollered. I said, boy, I tell you, some people are too funny to me. If y'all notice, I think the shit is absolutely, everybody taking this shit so goddamn serious, and I understand what y'all saying because, spirits are not to be played with
Was not.
at all. But this is the thing for me. I have a covering that is untouchable. When I said what I said, I meant it. Touch not thy anointed one, and do not profit no harm. Believe
The thing
me when
about
I
it,
say,
T-Money,
LT, you gonna stop eventually. You gonna
the
stop.
thing
You gonna
about it,
stop playing with this one,
T-Money,
huh?
Miss Little Touch ain't the only one on this app with a need a attention spirit.
Oh no.
That's why they flock together and they always in some mess and drama and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I don't first of all I don't do negativity. I don't do that. Uh,
Yeah,
Negativity that just draws more negative spirits. So I don't play
Right.
with those things.
I
Right.
agree.
Mm-mm.
I agree. Cause anything that you say, she comes and say it too. Cause I said I blocked her, and she came back and said, "Oh, she was blocked before I got off the but yet you was in
Yeah,
my
of
life."
course, of course. But I just really, really, really feel bad for her because these people that's coming on her live, feeding into her, and they just making it worse for her.
Mm-hmm.
When she
But
went
but
back and really
last night,
texting people saying,
this
"I
what
love
tripped
you.
me
Can
out.
we talk? Can we be
Thank you,
friends?"
Arthur.
She sent me like 100 friends images,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
friends images. Can we talk? No, we can't talk. It's over.
So she can go lie.
Mm-mm.
But this the thing.
Wow.
Like people keep saying you sent the money back. She asked for the money, then you sent it back. It's not like you said I'm sending your money back. She asked for the money back,
What
and you granted
money?
her wishes.
What money?
She not talking about Princess. She asked
Oh,
Princess. She told Princess to send her $200 back, and Princess sent it. I don't remember Princess just saying I'm gonna send your money back. You can't ride with me. I don't
I'm
remember
trying to
happening.
figure out why she can't never tell the
Oh
whole
no, no,
truth
no.
and nothing but the truth.
I told her on the back end because she kept all through her live with Michelle and all of them. She kept texting me, "Come to my live, please protect me." But meanwhile, she had several people, not just one or two, several people that's on FOE that's friends with me that I
Thank you for the
talk to
gift.
on a daily basis. It's Princess. It's Princess. So she was telling them who it was. It wasn't like she was trying to keep me a secret that it was me. She was doing that on her live, but she was trying to insinuate. She was trying to tell it. She wanted to tell it. So
Right.
it's
I'm
the
talking about the
same
two
thing
hundred.
she
I'm talking
did
about
the
the
to
two
me.
hundred
live.
dollars.
It
I'm
was
talking
the
about the two
same
hundred
thing she
dollars.
But
did
I
to
told her,
me.
you cannot, when she did pick up the phone, I said, you cannot come with me in my car. It's over. I said, I don't do this messiness. I don't do this back end stuff. I'm not going to text you back. I'm not going to call you back. And I hung up on her. And then I kept hearing the live. I jumped on the live. And that's when I said, enough is enough. Stop the bullshit.
But what I'm saying is that you just didn't get up there automatically and tell her like something took place for you to say her that she couldn't ride with you. You just didn't get up there and say, "Hey, you can't ride with me. Here go your $200."
Oh, no. That was done on the back end when she kept
That's what I'm
telling
saying.
everybody during the live.
Because
It was a Sunday. I said, I'm not going on TikTok. I'm barbecuing, spending time with my daughter.
right.
She kept
Because
that whole
I
day
thought I saw a
starting
text.
stuff. And I said, you know what?
I thought I saw a text with her asking you for the $200 back.
No, I said, I'm going to give it back. You're not
Okay.
coming with me.
Okay.
So when I got on the live, she tried to act like she was big willy nilly, like, give me my money back. Oh, girl, you ain't saying nothing. While she was saying that, I was already sending it.
Okay.
Because it happened
Oh.
in like a minute or two.
But
Right.
I know you freaking lying. I can,
What
what?
are you talking about? I don't want your money. First of all, I
Yeah,
told you
like
not to
what
send
the?
me the money because I knew she didn't have no money to travel with. I said, you could
But
just come on
but
and
I'm the
whenever you
one that's
can't get
lying
money,
though.
just pay towards gas. That's it.
But I'm lying about her not asking for money for the aspect that she needed some money or whatever. People going around here talking about I'm being insensitive and ungrateful and this is that. Y'all can say whatever it is that you want to say. I gave her what she asked for. You cannot blame that on a Glam or a Duffy or nobody else, because I sat on that phone with many other people, and it was someone there with me when she initially asked for the $500. I even asked that person that was with me, I said, you don't think I should do that? I say, she said, that's it. I got
I'm
$500
gonna tell
now.
you, and I know you ain't lying. You know why I know you ain't lying? Cause she thought she was gonna get sweet 99, and guess what I said? They'll tell you. I said, no, sir. If I go in a room with Lil Touch, it has to be a written contract. She said, why I gotta be a written contract? I said, no, ma'am, you won't get sweet. I told them it have to be in writing dealing with her, right? But guess what? I wasn't even willing to deal with them spirits. I said, oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, Sweet 99, you know what I meant to ask you? I was in
What?
her live the other day. Why she say she originally from Savannah, Georgia?
I don't know.
When I heard that, I was like, don't do that.
That's
I think
okay.
I heard her say that before too. Yeah, that
I thought she was from Ohio.
That's
Where's she
what
from now?
I heard she was from Ohio.
The other day, she said she was born and raised in Savannah, Georgia. I said,
You
the
should have
devil
asked
is
her
a
well.
lie. The devil is a lie. Don't claim Savannah.
Yeah, you should have asked her well.
We do not. We don't want you. Mm-mm.
And you know
Hell
what?
no.
And then people got to be careful who they talk to and run their mouth to, cause like me and Jay, we don't talk a lot on this app, but I've been knowing of her since 2000. That's over 25 years. I had to remind her who I was and where I know her from, and she was like, "Oh, okay." 25 years, lived in the same place, worked at the same places. Mm-hmm. I ain't never seen this
People
again.
on here we be knowing, but just don't know they names. Like my cousin-in-law came in my live, and she was like, "Don't act like you don't know who this is." I say, "I don't."
I got people that knew me from way from '93.
Okay, yeah.
When they come on here, go and talk to your man. When they come over here and call my son real name, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. That person know me. Most people know him from Flex, but when they say his name, I be like, oh, okay, that's a Florida person, or that's Savannah right there. That ain't no Atlanta. But baby, that lady, that lady's a trip. They better be careful. And then I'm gonna tell you, and you can tell she is hot in the tail, because when Omar got up there, how she approached him. When Braid got up there, how she approached him. Like, she come on to men. So now you want us to think you ain't come on to the men on that ship. If you come on to men on this app, you will surely come on to men on a ship.
Well, I'm glad I was not there that night when that happened. But the next night, when we all was in the casino sitting down, talking,
I was there.
before we went into the cabin. Yeah, you was there too. When that guy came, she brought that guy up to us to introduce him to Nitra and everybody. And when he said he wasn't with that guy in the white, he said, but the guy in the white whispered in his ear when they was on the dance floor what he was going to do to her.
Hey, Jay.
He repeated that to all of us.
Hold on right there, princess. And this is what she don't understand. She over there yelling, "Why? I think Duffy set it up." And then she'll say, "Oh, I don't think them boys was plotting that." Now, if Duffy's sitting up there by us, close to the bar, and the guy went on the dance floor to whisper that in her ear, how in the world would Duffy know to go and save you? Duffy was up there with us.
Exactly. Far as the video, yes. But I'm talking that day in the casino, that guy in the black who is supposed to be Lorenzo, that she's supposed to love, that's supposed to be her new boo, he came and said that's what that guy in the white and his friends was saying, that he kind of tried to plead his case. I don't know them. These are my people right here. I came with two friends that's girls, and the rest is like my family.
He said,
and my bros. None of them was his sister. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. He said none of them was his sister.
Right. He said wasn't no light skinned guy with us.
No light skinned guy with me.
He turned
I'm
around
good. I'm from
he turned around to the other people.
I work in Belk, so if y'all want perfume, meet me at the perfume counter. You know, so when he said that, and Nitra said, "Little touch, do you hear what he's saying?" She said, "No, I didn't hear that."
She didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to hear it. She turned around. That boy, but then this would trip me out. He said, we wasn't with no light skinned guy, ain't it?"
That's
he
what
turned around and looked at the other guys. He turned around and looked at the other guys like he was leading them, said, "Ain't it?" And that's when they said,
he said, come here. He kept calling one or two of them over. Come here. Let them know we ain't with them guys.
And guess what
they was about to do.
And if it was true that you weren't with them guys, them other two guys would have been like, "Nah, my boy ain't like that. My boy, nah, them boys are just as quiet as a mouse."
They ain't say nothing. But
he
you know
turned
what?
around and said, "Ain't it?" And that's when they agreed.
Even if he wasn't, he still had his own alternative to do something to her. Because he kept saying, "I love her, boo. That's my boo." I said, "Huh?" I said, "Oh yeah, he's sucking her in there."
And then they said he ain't answered the call. He ain't answered the phone call yet. He done stopped answering them.
Let me tell you, I was on a seafood shack line, and it was this young boy. He was 29 years old because I asked him about, I'm going to ask questions, but I'm minding my business, but I'm ear hustling. He was on his cell phone on speaker. One of his friends couldn't make the cruise. So how was the girls on the cruise, man? How they look? He said, "Yo, these young girls look all right." He said, "But these older women is killing it." Right?
Okay.
So then he turned around and I looked at him and I turned around. He said, "Yeah, I'm talking about you." He said, "You go for young boys?" I said, "Don't go there with me." I said, "How old are you?" He said, "I'm 29. And then he was like, hung up, how his friends, they all on the boat to look for older women because older women cook for them, they take care of them. And then he said that some of his boys is looking to do trains on the older women and take their money. If I'm lying, I'm flying. You might as well God strike me down now, because I said, "What?" I said, "So you're like that too?" He said, No, I'm not like that." He said, "But I will date an older woman because they more mature." The next thing you know, when I turned around, I said, "Well, you better not be." I said, "If I catch you on this boat mess with any of my friends, I said, I'm coming for you." He started laughing. And then he walked off the line because his friends had come up in the front. I said, "Look at there."
Of them, right? If you're a group of them, right? And then you said it was some girls. The girls attack the older men. That's what they do. So they all in the group. You got the young guys for the women, and then you got the girls for the older men. All they grooming group. That's it. They there to please both sexes all the time.
They trying
to. The young men want the old women, and the old women
they down to please your sexual needs. They is just like you got lot lizards for trucks. You got lizards for doggone vacation buddy.
You got ship lizards.
That's what he is, your little vacation buddy.
Because they feel like what happens on the boat stays on the boat.
Stay on the boat. Listen, I remember when the 3-letter words came out, that disease. It was this lady met this guy on the boat, right? And y'all know they got the little ring station and all that. You can buy jewelry and stuff, right? Girl, she done went and fell in love on I think it was a 7-day cruise. Baby thought she had her thing on a string. Baby, he gave her a little black box. It was like a ring. Told her, do not open it till she got home, right? Because y'all know, and the bottom, we don't look underneath the bottom of the box, right? We just look on the inside. So I'm convinced that she opened the box though, right? But when he got home, when she got off the ship, she called. She was like, "Thank you for my ring." Girl, he told her, said, lift the box all the way up. Why he had a little sign say "Welcome to the world of HIV."
What?
Yes, ma'am.
He gave that as a gift.
She had a little ring on, know if it was real or fake, but underneath the little box, you know, when you take the box out, because you can take the little paper out, you know, the little stuff, you can take that little black thing out that the thing sit on, the ring sitting on. Baby had "Welcome to the world of HIV." So not only did you get some slang-a-lang, you got off of that with HIV possibly.
Well, you know, you just have to be mindful. And I agree with Proud when she say she hiding the pants and green, because you gotta know what you're doing when it pertains to stuff like that. That was her first cruise or whatever, and she just needed to pay attention to her surroundings better. So I mean, you know, for me, if you go on a cruise to have a good time, there's a portion of that I mean, if she wanna do what she wanna do, that's what she wants to do.
Do it. That was my thing, baby. If you wanted to get on date number 9 and bust it wide open in front of everybody, that's your business. But when somebody try to save you, don't try to make it seem like they was wrong.
That part. You know what I mean? Make sure you have the understanding to know. I'm like I said, I already gave my example. I'm telling you what I did. I'm telling you what God,
man, because I
done got on that phone, babe. Look, don't pay my friends no fucking attention. Shit. If that's what I really wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not so drunk where I'm not paying attention, but you could tell that she was so out of it.
Exactly, and that's where it became a danger.
She was out of it.
That's where the danger comes in. You know what I mean? Because she was gone, too far gone. She went on right on in that room and laid her ass down.
$2. I don't remember being a movie. I remember being it being a movie on Tyler Perry. But baby, I got plenty friends from Florida that was going around.
That was a damn movie.
I was going around. They was going around hunching them Haitians when they first got to Florida. I almost called out what part I was from. When they first got to Florida, baby. And I got a lot of them that done passed away of that thing. A lot of them.
Good.
I don't even watch TV. So I know I ain't seen it. The only one I watched was Tyler Perry. I don't watch movies. But I did watch. I watched Tyler Perry when that girl got it on the airplane. But I don't know nothing about no cruise. I ain't even known about no cruise when I was.
I'm trying to see what was said over here, so I can come over here and ask. I came over here and ask because they said started like what was said.
What was said and what? What was said about what?
What $2 talking about? And what said?
Girl, go in the comments.
Get your ass out. It wasn't said about you.
I said what was said though.
I know you.
Girl, a lot was said.
Talking about.
Still answer it.
I'm asking why the people saying what was said. So I'm coming up and asking what was said.
A lot was said.
A lot.
What y'all talking about?
We've been over here talking like crazy.
Different things.